We all know breaking up is hard to do, but does it have to be so mean? Today, we're going to introduce you to two couples who have managed to do it kindly, going so far in one case as to actually share a home with one another after they split. Could you do it for the sake of your child? One of the most famous couples in America, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, are now in the process of a very public divorce of their own, and that's where we're going to start today. Joining me now to talk about that and other headlines making the rounds today, NBC's Dylan Dreyer and NBC legal analyst Dan Goldman, plus the co-host of PBS's In Principle, Amy Holmes. Welcome to you all. Hi, good morning. All right, so Brangelina in the news this week. It is getting ugly. After 2 years, they can't settle their divorce. She came out and accused him of not paying meaningful child support earlier this week, and then he fired back saying, that's BS. I've paid $1.3 million to support you in bills, plus an $8 million loan so you could move into a new 11,000 square foot mansion in LA. And she's basically saying, well, that's a loan, that's not child support, and I need more.
Ooh, brutal.
Let me start with you on it.
Hard up?
Yeah, I know.
I feel like it's divorce at a different level that none of us would ever
to be using the word need at all when you're talking about an 11,000 square foot mansion. Like, I need more.
Yeah, but I think we know that in divorce, it's actually never really about the money. That it's about resentment and anger. That's why they're getting divorced, you know, presumably. But to be playing it out in public with all of their kids.
That's what he says. He says this is a thinly veiled attempt to smear him publicly and just keep it in the court. Don't take it to the court of public opinion.
And how does it affect six kids, right?
Yeah,
how does it affect them? Are they sheltered from all the news
I'm sure they have
about
Google.
their parents?
They can Google their parents.
Exactly. So
But it's like, this is the downside of being the child, too, of two very, very famous. And there are all sorts of upsides, I'm sure, to being their children. But this is definitely a downside.
Look, the critical thing in any divorce, right, is the children.
Yep.
And by fighting like this about stupid stuff when clearly she doesn't need the money, you're just creating more havoc that's unnecessary for the six kids.
So you raise an interesting point, though, because Maya Bialik, you know her? You remember her from Blossom?
Oh, yeah.
She's come out and said that she just took a vacation with her ex. She says, is it weird? I know, some people may think it's weird, but it works for me and my family. And I don't know, it must be uncomfortable at moments to be out there with your ex. You have different rooms, you're at the beach together. But I have to say, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, because it could be a situation where you actually secretly loathe one another. And if you're taking vacations together and you loathe one another, kids pick up everything.
Right. And then I also feel like, as my parents are divorced, and anytime they would do anything together, I'm like, ooh, they're getting back together. This is going to be great. Even when we always ate dinners together, even as my parents were kind of separated. And it was, yeah, but we eat dinner as a family, so we're good. My parents are never going to separate. They still have the house I grew up in, so they're never going to separate. And I was always hopeful as a kid looking at them, but, in the end, it didn't work out.
That's interesting. So maybe if you're going to do it, be very clear about expectation setting.
Right. We get our hopes up.
This just means food.
Yeah.
It's also one thing to do it when neither of you has recoupled at all. And it's another thing to do it when you have moved on and have separate relationships and trying to build that relationship in that family. The people do it, I guess. That just seems weird.
Well, our whole show is about this today. We're going to be joined in a minute by a couple who's doing this. They've uncoupled, but they still share a home together.
Now, I don't know anything about this because I've never been married or divorced, although I feel kind of left out. I wish I were divorced.
See all the problems you have to look forward to.
Have a good, divorce under my belt and have a car, a house, kids in college.
It's a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor.
It is.
But the closest I got to it was actually spending a Thanksgiving with my ex-boyfriend and his ex-wife, and we actually sat on either side of him and scolded him over his table manners.
Oh, my God. You had a sister in arms.
Yes, we did.
It was a situation that you guys
It was very
out on
Woody Allen.
Thanksgiving.
It was very
Woody Allen.
But it was interesting because it was also sort of healing for all of us that we could be friends and we could make jokes together. And
if you can
we have
find
this shared history.
If you can find that way, more power to you. I think it's so tricky. But I will say, if you wind up getting engaged, you might not want to do it at the beach, because another headline in the news this week is this guy. His name is Taylor Farrar. He's from Tennessee, but he was vacationing down in Florida because he was going to propose to his girlfriend Cassandra down there. And you got to give him credit, because he wanted to do it in a romantic way. He takes the custom-made engagement ring with his wallet, some other things, puts it in a Ziploc bag, goes to rehearse the proposal right along the water's edge, and boom, Mother Nature has a little surprise for Taylor. The wave comes up, grabs the bag, The bag is gone. Taylor's lost the ring.
Is this a thing guys do? Do they rehearse proposals?
Did you have to
Dan?
do that?
Oh, I wish I had rehearsed.
In retrospect.
Would have gone a lot better.
Right.
Well, the beauty of the story is a woman named Sandra was right down the beach. Sandy on the
that's
beach.
appropriate.
Sandy Osborne, she found the Ziploc bag, gets it back to the guy, and watched the whole proposal, which went off with a hitch, meaning she wound up saying yes, and they invited Sandy.
Oh, very nice.
Sandy's going to the wedding.
You know,
Yeah.
my brother, he was in Hawaii, and actually his wedding ring fell off. You know, but it
swimming.
wasn't in a plastic bag, so it sunk right down. He actually found it on some coral or a shell or something, but
No
after
way.
looking for an hour, he
Oh, my
actually
God.
saw it sparkling in the water. And
That's a
found it.
miracle.
That's really
Right?
Doug lost his wedding ring, too, one time swimming, and we got him another one, and we went back to our minister and had him bless it again.
Very
like the new
nice.
one.
Good.
There
Yeah,
you
but
go.
let's just underscore that Taylor put this precious made object in a Ziploc bag. Okay.
That was smart.
At the ocean.
Waterproof.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, when I read this story, I was
The
thinking,
spaghetti doesn't fall out of the
right.
thing.
I was saying maybe Cassandra should consider dumping Taylor for Sandy, who seems to have a lot more common sense. This is ridiculous.
Now, what about, did you do something special when you proposed to your
So
wife?
I had this whole plan concocted. We were going to go get a couples massage, and then afterwards,
sexy times.
I was going to organize so that the ring was going to be in a fortune cookie.
Oh, cute.
And so, but I had to get there before, and it happened to be there was a foot of snow, and I had all these plans to try to get out away from her, and I couldn't do any of them. They all got canceled. And so I'm trying to get her to go early, and she's like, "What do you want to go early for? You don't care about getting there early." And I was like, "Well, we just got to go," and I literally just left. I left her in the apartment because I had to go, and she would not come. And so she gets all upset, and she ends up deciding she might show up, might not. She rolls in a half hour late. I'm groveling. I had to lie to her and tell her that I really wanted to get her some dark chocolate cake, and that's why I had to get there early, and that got her. And then at the end, they wheel in the thing, and she's like, "Where's my cake?"
Did you get it in the fortune cookie?
It was in the fortune cookie.
Was there a
and
fortune inside
thankfully,
as well?
she said,
like, will you marry me on a little strip
yes,
of
there
paper?
was, and she actually did say yes.
So you started your
nice.
engagement with a lie.
You're romantic.
It's the only way to get her to stop being upset.
We didn't know this about you, though. You're romantic at heart. How about you, Dylan? Did you have a fun engagement story?
It was a bizarre engagement story. It was, so my husband's grandmother, his Nana, had just beat cancer. So they were having a cancer-free party at his house, at his parents' house. It was, you know, dress up, kind of, it was going to be... There was no cancer-free party. He had set up this whole engagement party, but this is the only way he can get me to the house so that we can see that all these people were here, because I recognized all the cars. I'm like, that's so-and-so's car, that's so-and-so's car, but it was this cancer-free party. So then we go up.
You couldn't come up with something else?
Something
It's kind of ridiculous.
that didn't involve cancer?
Right, but it's cancer-free, so it's a good thing.
Right.
So we always used to go in the side door. We would never go to the front of the house. So we ended up going in the front door, which was also kind of weird. But so I'm thinking something's up. And as soon as I walk to the front door, I see 2 glasses of champagne. There's, you know, just he's acting weird. And as soon as this really romantic moment is about to happen, his sister opens the door to make sure we're there. So you see, like, his whole family kind of peek out of the door. And Brian's like, could you stop hiding? So it was kind of like this really sweet thing that had these quirks, but that is kind of the moral of our relationship anyway. And then my family was in the backyard. Everybody was out. My best friends were there. My cousin was there.
Nice.
Our whole family was in
Sweet.
the backyard.
I
So,
love
yeah.
that. I have to say, Doug is a romantic, and he completely surprised me. But he had gone up to, you know, traditionally to ask my mom for permission. And my mom's first reaction was, "Does Megyn know this is happening?" It's awfully soon. Because I was kidding. I had already just been divorced from my previous husband. She's like, "It's soon. It's too soon." Doug's like, "Wow, this is really just, I'm just checking a box here." Anyway, it wasn't, as Doug said, and as I wrote in my book, it's never too soon to start the life you want.
So true.
Yay. All right, panel. Thank you very much. We will be
you.
right back.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.